might be wondering why this is come now. Well, let me enlighten you. This is the PhD experience. You're gonna find the secrets of the universe. You feel that rush, excitement, and building. So let's blow it up, baby. Sign up at PhDstrength.com.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the THP Strength Podcast. My name is John Evans. I am the head performance director here at THP. We have Isaiah Rivera, the highest jumper in the world, and Austin Burke. He recently purchased a new home. It looks like in West Palm. It's a really, really nice looking home. Really happy for you. Thanks to all the viewers for helping get Austin out of the hood.
Thank you guys. You got me out of the hood. It only took one day, and I think like 8.
Can you actually teleport back? To?
I can't go back, dude. I don't look in the past.
Let
me get rid of the background.
Yeah,
I actually like this background.
Well, I want to give a tour first. Over here we have my grand piano. I've been playing since I'm 4. We have my
Can you move that pillow behind you? It's making me uncomfortable.
Sorry.
I think it's a little far. You can't reach it.
Yeah, it's a little.
Oh no, I'm becoming the home.
That's so unfortunate. Yeah, so this is the new streaming platform. This is something we haven't used before, so we're playing around with some of the new features. But I kind of like it. How do you guys feel about it? You like it, Isaiah?
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's good. So in today's video, podcast, we're actually going to review Donovan Hawkins, and we're going to go over a brief video of him dunking, show you guys essentially how freaking disgusting he is right now, and then we're going to watch his lift, and we're just going to, kind of take notes, tell you guys why he's doing what he's doing. We do write his programming, and maybe we can shed some light on him as an athlete, because he is probably I don't want to say the future of dunking, but what would you call him, Isaiah? Like the number one up and coming?
I think he's the best right now.
You think he's the best?
Phenomenal, bro.
Yeah, I think he's the best dunker in the world right now.
Yeah, that's a hefty claim, but I like it. I don't know how he's gonna respond to that.
He's so humble. Like he'll be like, "What?"
I'd be like, "You think I'm good at dunking? I had no idea." All right, so let's get into it. I'll try to share my screen here. I got to present, share screen, and I have this video already pulled up. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Well, that's a good way to start.
Like who else is doing that right now?
Dude, it literally looks like a fucking Fisher Price round.
Mind you, this is 9/11 and a quarter.
That dunk is crazy. Like I've never seen that before. It's like
Are you able to lower the volume on the video a little bit, John?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
See, Donovan is everything I want to see from NBA players. Like that's what they should be dunking like with their verticals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. His vertical. What do we think it is?
He touched 12. Oh my goodness, that last one-hander.
Yeah, he touched his reaches 8.1.5. He touched 12, but that was the only vertex jump he tried.
How high is this rim?
9/11. I think his vert is like 48.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say 40. Like I made a joke to him at dunk camp about his vertical, and I was like, oh, 44. He's like, I hope I have at least a 44. So I don't know.
I was sad that you missed his touch because I was gonna frame count it.
I'm sorry. It was so you guys kept going back from different angles and stuff.
Yeah.
And like he was
okay. So that was the most disgusting thing I've seen in a while. I would say right now he's my favorite dunker. The power, the fact he's right, left, and how high he jumps. It is just
and how tall he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a work of art. It reminds me of Connor when he was in his prime. Very similar in a lot of ways, but I like Donovan's. Connor's style. It's like Donovan's proportions are different than Connor's, and I don't know, just his style.
They're the same, actually.
I don't know. He looks
because they're the exact same height and exact same reach as well.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if their legs, like their leg length, might be in like.
No, that's what I think. I think Connor's torso is a little bit longer.
Yeah.
His arms are shorter. Donovan has longer legs, longer arms. So I don't know. I think his style looks sick.
It does remind me of Connor. It's like if Connor would have done THP.
My God.
From the start.
Yeah.
We love you.
And well, this is another thing though that's different is he's 21.
Dude, that's crazy, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, this is what happens. Like you look at the generation of dunkers that probably watched, or jumpers that probably watched TFP growing up. Like, how old was Donovan when?
well,
when
Donovan is
I don't even
actually
think he was born yet.
he's the newer era. Like Donovan grew up watching Dunkademics in my videos. He told me he literally would like watch all of the dunk sessions I would post on my channel and then all of Dunkademic sessions.
Yeah. So I think
excessively would watch them.
Right. And so maybe what that's done is that's shifted the mindset and there's like a limiting belief that you could be as good. I think that you kind of shattered that in a lot of ways. Like, I think we saw the TFB guys growing up and it's like, yeah, I can try to do that, but I'm probably never going to be at that level.
Because all it really takes to get to the level that I got to is like a tallish, above average, genetically gifted athlete
that's
willing to get obsessed with dunking.
And Donovan is probably one of the most genetically gifted jumpers I've ever seen.
One thing I do want to say too is he's jacked. Like his upper body is huge.
He's been crazy upper body.
I talked to him and he likes bodybuilding.
Yeah, he follows that one guy. Something
Israeli or something.
He follows his
Israeli.
That's what I think the difference. Like when you do the comparisons to Connor Barth and Donovan, it's like Connor's never been jacked. Like not to be like whatever. Donovan's huge, right? If you put your biceps up to Donovan's biceps, right? I just feel like him dunking, it's just so powerful. It's like Russell Westbrook, like times 1,000. Like I don't know. Like the way he dunks, I feel like is way more powerful.
I just feel like he's aggressive as hell when he punches dunks, which is fun. That's how I like to see dunks. I like to see right-left dunks that's why I like Isaiah's left-right left hand. Because like it's the same style. I love left-right, left-handed dunks. Yeah. Same hand, same plant.
It's weird because like when I do my right-left sessions, it's like a completely different style of dunking. Yeah, like it's so hard to punch. So different. It's hard to dunk aggressively left-right, right-handed. It's like really, it's like Golden Child. Like you never saw Golden Child freaking do rim shattering like type dunks. Like it was like that. No, like it feels floaty versus right-left is like punchy and aggressive.
Yeah.
So, John, I think we should talk about his background because I think he has a very different background in terms of when we first started coaching. Remember his program?
Yeah. The
easiest program ever written.
So basically, he started as a hockey player. He grew up dunking on low rims a lot as a kid, and that was
He did tell me he played a lot of sports, by the way.
Yeah, which makes sense. He's very coordinated.
I think like specifically it was baseball, football, hockey.
He would have been a playground god, right? Like on the playground, he was probably a beast at every single sport he did, right? He's very naturally coordinated, very naturally gifted, you can tell. And he's a big kid. Like he's 6'4", probably 200 plus pounds at the moment or something like that.
So he's
180, right?
6'3.5" without shoes.
180? No way. He's
no.
He's 190.
He's like 206, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's big.
I would have bet money on that.
No, he told me.
I think he told me too. That's why I'm confused.
Well, he's somewhere between 190 and 200.
Yeah,
let's go with that.
Let's go with 160.
I will bet actual money.
I will bet fake Tinder.
All right, so he's a big kid though. That's my point. Is like he was probably diabolical in high school at every sport that he tried. I know, he's friends with there's a guy, what is his name? I follow him on Instagram. He's freaking hilarious. Dyed his hair bleach blonde. Oh my gosh, he's from Missouri. What he lives in Hawaii now. Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
I do not.
Cole does. Oh my gosh, it's gonna kill. It's literally on the tip of my tongue, but I'll try to remember later. What's that?
Wait, so it's someone Donovan's with?
No, someone that Donovan went to high school with who's a dunker. And this kid actually, Donovan saw doing dunks and thought, I am way better than this kid. How is it possible that – no, not that I'm way better. He thought, how is it possible that this kid who's way shorter than me like is doing things that I can't do? Like if he can do it, then I definitely can do it. And that kind of like challenged him, I guess, to try more challenging dunks and like try doing different stuff. And then he did, and obviously ended up being disgustingly freaky. So, anyways, I'll try to find it later. But dude, he's so funny on socials. So Donovan basically was a freak. What would that have been? Senior year, freshman year of college, I think, and then just disappeared. Like, was like, I don't really want to dunk anymore. Didn't
he was
really
dunking every day though.
What's that?
Up to that point, he was dunking every day though. Like,
oh, was it every day? I thought it was like twice a week.
Oh, maybe. I just know he was.
He dunked a lot.
He was low, like specifically low rimming a ton.
Yeah, like he was dunking a lot. So he quits because he's like, I'm not getting any notoriety. No one is like really giving me a chance, and I'm putting so much time and effort into this, which I can understand, right? If you put so much time and effort into something from the time you're 13 to 18, it's like, what's the point, you know? So, you know, he hadn't posted in like a year or two, and now it's 2022, and I was like, I put on my story, I was like, does anyone know what happened to Donovan Hawkins? Like, this kid was one of the most disgusting up and coming athletes I've ever seen. If anyone knows, like, you know, hit me up and try to exchange numbers. And so the friend that I was just talking about DMs me. He's like, yeah, he's not really dunking right now. He doesn't really want to, but here's his number. You can reach out to him or whatever. So I texted him. He didn't really respond back. I texted him again. And Donovan's not the best at texting. He's not bad, but he's definitely not good. And so it like a couple days went by, and finally he like reached back out and he was like, hey, I really appreciate like you checking in and like whatever. I just needed some time away from it or whatever. So then fast forward like 2 or 3 months, because I told him, like, if you ever want to take this seriously again, like please reach out. You know, everyone in the community wants to see you come back and be great, because you're incredibly gifted at what you do. And so he reaches back out and he's like, dude, I had my first dunk session and I could still do everything. And it didn't make any sense. And at that time, I think he thought that he would just lose all of those abilities, right? It's like, well, I haven't dunked in so long. Why would I sustain or maintain any of the outputs that I had before? Well, he did. And it makes sense when you're that gifted. It's not like he trained up to a point in the weight room or doing a lot of he jumped, but he wasn't doing an extensive plyometric progression. He wasn't doing Olympic lifts really, maybe just in high school for hockey, but that was it. So when he comes back, he's still able to hit under both, or 360 windmill was like another dunk that he hit. And he's like, dude, I can still East Bay. I can still do this stuff like first try. I kind of want to get back into this. And I was like, dude, you're going to be better than you've ever been probably within 2 or 3 months. So dunk camp was, I think, around the corner. And I told him, look, you've never lifted before. I don't want you to lift. All I want you to do is dunk twice a week. That's it. Like, just whatever, or once a week or twice a week. I can't remember exactly what it was. There was a frequency that we decided, and that was it. It was like the jump twice a week program. No ISOs, no rehab stuff, just jump. So super high specificity had always worked for him in the past. I always like to ask athletes what they do. So he does that, and dude ends up coming to dunk camp. And Isaiah, what was your response? You saw him. So I basically convinced Andy. I was like, Andy Nicholson, let him come. Like, he's disgusting. He's freaky. Like, I promise he'll show out. He's going to be really, really nasty. So he's kind of setting me updates. Then we get to dunk camp. What were you expecting, Isaiah, with him coming in?
So I had actually dunked with him a year and a half prior. It was when I had moved to 29 Palms. I had a dunk session with Billy.
Is there a session of that somewhere?
Yeah. It's on.
You know what it's called? I'll try to find it.
I'd have to go back on Dunkademics. I don't even think a lot of Donovan's dunks were in there. And at the time, I was just like, when I first dunk with people, it's almost like I'm testing them, especially around that time. Like, if it's like an unknown, like, it's just like
you're like the samurai master.
Yeah, yeah. Because I doubt people's passions a lot. Like, a lot of guys like say they like dunking, or they're passionate about it, or they want to be a pro dunker and stuff, and then they end up kind of just fading away. So I always expect the worst. I always expect a guy to like fade away and you never hear about them again for until the end of time. Yeah, that's the session,
dude.
And he was 18. He was 18 here, and I thought he was just decent, had potential. But I don't know if he's gonna stick with it. Is basically what I thought.
Ow!
It's actually so weird seeing.
Dude, he has a high ass pain tolerance, low key. That fucking hurts.
Yeah. So yeah, I dunked with him here, and to be fair, he had dunked the day before. But yeah, he was just decent. But my honest opinion was just like he probably like peaked early or something. Like he's gonna be decent, but I don't know. And then that was the last I heard of him. I think he quit dunking shortly after this, or he took that year break. And then when
was this? When was this? Like, what year was
this?
Was
October 2021, I believe.
So almost a full 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago, and then a year and a half from that first dunk camp he went to.
Okay.
So then dunk camp rolls around, and it was insane. He literally sucked. He made the pros look bad. That's the best way I can describe it. He just sucked the air out of the room. Everybody was jumping shitty, and then he came, punched literally everything on a rim that was a quarter of an inch high above 10, I believe. And that's when I was like, oh shit, this guy is actually insane. And then from there, I felt, yeah, this was the session. I honestly felt scared for him because he wasn't getting attention, and he still doesn't as much as I feel like he should. Is the other thing.
I think he's about to though, right?
And I was trying to tell him as well, like this is literally my only critique of Donovan is he just needs to, one, get someone to film him with high quality, like a handheld angle, and two is just hit a new dunk every session. If he hits a new dunk every session and posts it, like he would blow up, I think. But yeah, in terms of like consistency and like hands.
My God, that windmill. What the heck?
Yeah.
Wow, so gross. So yeah, you see the session, and then I mean, we all saw that session, and it was one of the most disgusting things I'd ever seen in person. It was, and I have watched you dunk a lot. I've watched Sutherland dunk a lot. There's a couple sessions, Kilgannon, and just the power and the height that he had on everything was staggering. It was, and yeah, he did. He sucked the air out of the room during that session.
The thing that makes him special, I think, is it's every time he's jumping like that.
Yeah. He doesn't
like every session.
And what's funny is like for him, he doesn't think so. So this is maybe some background too. After that period of time of him jumping a lot, he basically did that through the summer, and then into the year, he was like, okay, I want to like start lifting. I want to start getting after it a little bit. So I give him proper training, and his vertical just completely dies. I think you're seeing these dunks, and we would see him jump and think it's still really good. But for him, he was like, I'm not jumping very high. Like I'm hitting some dunks, but I'm not jumping very high. And I told him that he's the type of athlete where he needs to probably have a lot of rest after extensive lifting. So we load him for, whatever, 2 to 3 months. He gets power clean max, gets a squat max, whatever, gets some legitimate metrics, starting to lift upper. So he's starting to train in the weight room more and still dunk, but not to any insane degree for him, at least, right? Like he would be like, I'm not really jumping high. And then leading into the summer, I told him, look, like we need to play around with different deloads and we need to try different lengths. So let's try a full week off. Let's try a month off, and let's see what your vertical does. Right. And then we'll basically bleed in weight room sessions accordingly. So he lifted, I think, for 4 months, and then we did like nothing. Like it was completely off, and he lifted maybe once a month he would lift, and that was it. That was all he did. Or maybe once every 10 days initially, and then once a month for a week. So it'd be like 1 week on, 4 weeks off. And that was what we did through the competitive cycle, and his vertical just skyrocketed. I mean, we talked about the overshoot mechanism, and it's possible that that's why. It's also possible that he's so genetically gifted and so neurally wired that training just dysregulates him completely. And if he has any level of fatigue, he just can't get to the same outputs. And it takes a while for him to actually kind of reset those systems, let his body rewire itself with regular dunk sessions. And then he flies. Because I mean, I wasn't there in Wisconsin because of the concussion, but I saw that high jump was happening. That was happening. Track was on. The Olympic trials were on. And I saw that and I was like, what the hell? Like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And so we had a conversation, him and I, where I basically said, well, he brought up, he's like, I've realized one thing in the last year, and that's that I need to train hard for a while and then back off for a while. So it's actually kind of similar to myself. He's healthier, so he doesn't need as much rehab work, but I'm pretty similar. I need to train really hard for, 3 to 4 months and then back off really hard. And I tend to respond really well. I'm not as elite as he is, but Isaiah,
he reminds me a lot of CJ.
Just his capabilities,
like neurally, like how they respond to like adrenaline and stuff like that, like how they respond to training. The difference is like he's less injury prone than CJ. Well, to be fair, I think at that when CJ was 21, he wasn't very he was able to jump multiple times a week and stuff like that. But yeah, it reminds me a lot of young CJ. Like,
I think the benefit with Donovan is that he as far as lifting is concerned, is at that age more, would you say, like, interested in it? Or
yeah, like I think he enjoys it.
Yeah. So we'll just go to the lifts, but I'm going to pull up a lift. We'll look at just some of the movements and we'll kind of see.
So how much has he improved realistically on the coaching?
I mean, it's hard to say. It's always kind of hard to say because you don't have pre and post testing. I'd say a few inches at this point. More than a few inches.
It's actually interesting seeing you can see the difference between Dallas and Wisconsin, like 2023 to 2024. Like, I think he's jumping like 2 inches higher.
That's insane.
Dallin?
No. He's saying Dallas.
Oh, I was like, wait, Dallin.
Oh, split clean. That was actually beautiful. That was really good.
What the?
He's better at split clean than I think he is regular.
I've never tried that in my entire life.
I program it, so yeah, that was really good. That was really good. Pretty coordinated. The second pull, what is this? This is probably 205, 215. That's pretty good. Yeah, he's getting good lift.
He told me his power clean PR was like 185. I think he was just messing with me. Bro, I think he was straight up just messing with me.
Oh, no, wait. This is 135. Oh, these are 25s, right?
Yeah, those
so that's 185 plus
195.
Yeah, but still, wait, what's his like? I don't
know. He's pretty good at split cleans though.
Well, I don't know why the hell he was telling me his PR for power clean was like 185. I think he was just seriously messing with me.
Maybe he just doesn't do it that often.
One really interesting thing, he was telling me that, you know how we have like impulsive sessions and like wanting to go stuff like that. He says he doesn't have that at all. Like, he keeps his dunk day, and he doesn't dunk when he's not supposed to, and he doesn't have that urge to like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So this is I did not. Wow, this is really good.
Holy shit!
I had no idea. To my understanding, he just did 315 for 3, like
easy.
Yeah, that was
bro. I'm about to fight him, bro. And if I show you guys the DMs about his lifts, like, because I was asking for the video. He was like,
wait, play that squat again, John.
That was absurd.
That was ridiculous.
That was 315 to.
And
he went lower than that on a couple of the reps too.
That's a squat. Yeah, right there. Look at that.
In the threes.
Go back a little bit.
Inspired generations, eh?
Look at that.
That is crazy.
That's a proper squat. Look at this. Doom, moves it so easy. Wow. Oh my god.
Hey, there you go.
That's insane.
That leaves clues.
I'm literally. Could you link? Is this just his YouTube? Because I'm about to take some B-roll from this because
professional dunker training 8:15:24.
Dude, I'm so mad at him. He was like, "Yeah, my lifts are really weak right now. Like, I don't have any videos." And I'm like, "Dude, it's okay. Like, don't worry about it. Like, just send me something." He's like, "Nah." He's like, "All right."
Too humble. He's too humble. We need to get him an ego.
Dude, the threes is crazy.
Yeah, that must have been the top set.
Isaiah slowly turned retro Jordans into like mandatory lifting shoes throughout the years.
I like them for what we do. Actually, it's weird. He's doing a lot of volume, so he's doing triples. This looks like, or maybe that was a triple or a double. I'd have to look at what his lift said on that day.
If you can smile right after your lift, you're not going heavy enough.
That's Isaiah's Donovan cheek.
Look at his freaking quads, bro. Look at his quad.
Oh
yeah. No, I was no homo looking at his legs, and I was like, what the fuck?
So
like,
homo.
his legs are crazy.
I wonder how much weight is on this. Probably a lot. He's like sitting up with it.
What the hell was he doing?
He's jumping. He's doing seated jumps.
He needs to Donovan, get one of the blue pads for this. Get one of the blue pads. I think his leg is like in pain.
Oh, it's like it's stuck.
No, I think the pad is just too. No. He's racking it. His friend's helping him rack it.
He's literally posting his torture.
Yeah.
What did everyone call him a dunk camp? Was it America? Because he looked like because he was wearing the freedom shirt. He was wearing a freedom shirt, and then it was like,
dude, he's definitely lean too right now. Wow,
no, he's shredded, bro.
Well, look at the velo on this. Look at it. He's trying hard as hell. That's a whole stack.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, a lift for him is literally, I feel like, a performance. What's the diet here? Oh, nice. Oh, good stuff. Protein and carb. Wow. All right.
And he doesn't
even carbohydrates.
And apparently he doesn't like he completely abstains from alcohol and all
yeah,
that.
100%.
Yeah, I think watching that, his potential is crazy. I mean, his cleans could use a little bit of work. They're still good. They're way better than they were actually. About 4 months ago, it didn't even look nearly that good. So he's definitely improved a lot. It seems like he does a lot more work on his technical aspects and stuff like that than he lets on. And Austin, based on what you said, he probably underreports how good he actually is. Like watching that.
The DM literally was, hey, do you mind if we don't use any lifting clips? I'm not comfortable in my lifts. Like, it was straight up like, I'm insecure. I'm not strong. Like, do you mind if we don't include these? I don't want people to see these.
Nah, that was crazy.
He's strong as shit. Decent technique.
He's got 50 potential for sure. I think
so. 21.
Yeah.
He's like,
the biggest thing is going to be, how do you respond to injuries in the future? That's really the scary part. Is like the psychological impact of that, I think, is really what can be difficult for guys. We've all talked about it before, but if you're at that elite level and you're used to being able to train all out and stay healthy and be a freak, it's like, how do you, keeping him healthy is going to be big in the upcoming years. And for him, you have such a gem there. You have to nurture it carefully. You don't want to.
Yeah. One of the things I feel like was one of my biggest blessings was dealing with injuries since I was like 14, 15.
Yeah. You were like, oh, I'm hurt again?
Yeah.
I
see guys all the time that are like, man, I remember when I was 17, able to like jump every day, no warm up. And I'm just like, I don't know what that feels like.
Yeah. I used to have, for me in high school, it was like I would warm up, and if I felt, it would be like during layups and layup lines, I would feel like a pop to my step. And you guys have seen me do the faster, kind of quicker high jump take. Like, it's like a shorter stride. It looks completely different than most 1 foot jumpers. Most guys take like a big stride. I really don't. I jump like a high jumper, and I would just feel like a pop to it. But yeah, I could still, as I got older after lifting and training more, I could do that. But like maybe my freshman, sophomore year, but then as I got older, I couldn't.
Yeah,
I don't have that capability anymore.
I don't feel that feeling anymore. I used to feel that, like, when we would have our group sessions where I'd step in the gym and I'd be like, like I felt like a deer galloping. Like, and now I never know if I'm gonna feel good.
I think things just have to line up. Like, I felt that when I tested 50.5 at the Golden Bear session with Kilgannon. Like, I remember, I know it's that day when I go do like the practice jump and you get higher than what you expected. That's when it's like, oh shoot, like.
I wonder if it's because I've had knee pain on and off for so long. Like,
also, John, you were sitting so still. I thought your thing was frozen.
No, dude, I'm just dialed into the conversation.
Yeah.
All right. Well, also, we're gonna close this off here because we're about 30 minutes in, which is always a good place to stop. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys are interested, go to teachmestrength.com and sign up for coaching. We said we were gonna put that at the beginning. Isaiah, he kind of did in the intro. I don't know if it sounded good, but it was.
Use the code THP for 10% off for your first month.
If you're weary.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.